This is the Design Day video for Project 23071, The Wired Room.
I'm sure you've had this experience before. You schedule a doctor's appointment, they tell you to be 15 minutes early. You don't get in until 15 minutes late. When the doc comes in, they blow in like a tornado, spending 5 minutes with you, typing at the computer half the time. And before you know it, the appointment's over. You never really got a chance to talk about this or that problem that may be really bothering you. Sadly, these experiences are becoming more and more common, as patient-to-doctor ratios are steadily increasing and the obligations of electronic health record entry are becoming more cumbersome. This is a big problem, as subtle diagnostic symptoms of serious diseases may go unnoticed until they progress to a debilitating state. This isn't the problem with the doctors, but it's a symptom of clinical demands becoming more than the medical staff can handle. That's where our system comes in. The Wired Room seeks to offer real-time, patient-centered data collection and analytics that will aggregate patient diagnostics that may otherwise be lost. This is a first-of-its-kind system. It'll be the eyes and ears of the doctor, allowing for patient diagnostic capturing and quantification, ensuring that every doctor's visit is of the highest quality and that patients' care plans are more informed in a digitally dominated environment.
Alterations in patient movement are associated with a large variety of diseases. Something as simple as chronic back pain, all the way up to terminal heart failure, will affect the way someone moves. However, analysis of patient movement is relegated to the subjective observations of medical staff or to lengthy tests utilizing specialized equipment not suited for a typical clinic. The Wired Room bridges this gap by providing live, patient-centered motion analysis.
Patients visit their doctors to find out what's making them sick and how to treat it. It simply isn't possible for a doctor to know every variation of an illness's presentation. Additionally, doctors will look at traditional diagnostic biomarkers, the analog symptoms anyone can notice. The Wired Room supplements physician knowledge, in part, by looking at audio biomarkers that would be undetectable to the human ear. Studies have shown that it is possible to use digital audio processing to detect a COVID-19 cough sound to allow for early detection. Given enough data, it would be possible to detect a wide range of illnesses, non-invasively using computational audio analysis. Such symptoms will allow doctors to focus their attention on their patients while having digital biomarker detection and notation abstracted away from them.
To give you a better idea of what the Wired Room looks like, here's a visualization. Everything in blue is the Wired Room kit.
So Ben just talked about why we want to collect motion data, our reason for wanting to be able to obtain that data. And the way that we are able to do this is through a stereoscopic camera. We chose this type of camera for two reasons. One, for the wide field of view and for the deep depth of focus. This is so that no subject that we're recording is ever out of focus. And we also received feedback early on our camera being sometimes intrusive to the patient. And so as an option to make the patient feel more at ease, we have this camera cover that if they decide to opt out of being recorded, it easily flips down, and so that they feel that their privacy is not being invaded. But when we are recording, the stereoscopic camera is surrounded by a ring light that is connected via USB to the power source, and we're able to have this constant illumination, and we're able to adjust the brightness of said ring light so that whatever subject we're recording is never underexposed. And this is so that the motion software is able to track the patient accurately. We're also able to adjust the tone of the lighting to either cool, warm, or neutral tone.
Our microphones will be attached to these tripods, and they will be connected to an analog to digital converter, which will convert the audio into a stereo sound signal. We are using the Stellaris microphones because they are unidirectional, which helps reduce noise and echo. All the data will then be sent to the Wired Room computer, which will utilize a Python program in order to perform the audio processing, and then finally it will send the data into the GUI for display.
Motion analysis. Let's talk about it. After signing in, the host will choose from the system's video telemetry device inputs, including 2 Intel depth sensor cameras and a Logitech webcam. Once they press start, the examination session will begin. Using multiple threaded processes within the kit's CPU, the Wired Room software will begin capturing frames. While these collection threads continue to capture frames, a separate thread will repeatedly grab the most recent frame. Using Google's low-code open API, known as MediaPipe, The software will employ machine learning to infer 3D full-body landmarks for tracking based on said frame. While keeping track of a certain maximum and minimum joint angle values used to classify more discrete patient behaviors such as range of motion, the system will also take continuous fast Fourier transforms to form potential biomarkers. One such classification is the observed repetitive shaking of a patient's hand, in which the system can identify and further distinguish between the Parkinson's or essential tremors based on the observed FFT frequencies of the joints.
The wired room's audio analysis process relies on a machine learning model to directly classify incoming audio. This means that, upon a digital audio signal being recorded by the system, the processing automatically decides whether it is a cough, sneeze, or if no symptom is present. This is primarily intended as a proof of concept and will be expanded on in future years as more clinical audio data becomes available. Our machine learning model is a neural network made of 4 densely connected layers with 68, 48, 16, and 3 neurons in each layer. The 68 input neurons are fed data from PyAudio Analysis, an audio analysis library for Python. As of now, our audio analysis model is 93% accurate. The team is working to reduce the opacity of the classification process by performing statistical analysis of inputs for quantitative analysis and creating FFT graphs to look for qualitative biomarkers.
Here is the team's poster discussing what we have already shown in this video, and the following is a demonstration of the wired room.
Alright, the wired room is going to help me make some informed diagnostic decisions today. Are you okay with some recordings?
For sure.
Okay, excellent. And could you, let me just get this set up. Alright, and what brings you in today?
So I've been noticing a tremor in my right hand. It comes sometimes in waves, but it's pretty consistently a tremor. So I just wanted to get that checked out.
Okay, that's interesting. Why don't you just hold your hands in front of the camera, just like this.
Okay.
Just hold them there for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Alright. We're going to look at that in just a second. Alrighty. And did you come in for anything else today? Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Well, I don't know. I've had a little bit of a cold. It's nothing to be concerned about, I don't think, but I do have asthma, so maybe it's something to check out, just if you want to take a look.
Okay, yeah, sure, allergies. Mind if I listen with the stethoscope?
Absolutely.
Okay. Check back here. Okay, let's get the other side. Good deep breath, thank you. Okay, so that should be fine. Maybe a little bit on the raspy side, but I wouldn't be too concerned about it.
Okay, great. And the tremor analysis, will you call me with results?
Oh, yeah, let me just pull those up right now. Just end this.
This is an example of the output report once the user decides to end the session. It includes patient information, but only what is collected. This is why the modular aspect of the wired room is important. The wired room is set to become a necessary component in a digitally dominated healthcare system.